On my last video, I have made a promise that I will share some of my recipe that I make for myself, and this has been helping me to going through my chemo treatments and other things that I was going through right now. This gives me the energy and the nutrient that I need in order for my body to heal. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. So we have chicken breast. This is lufa or patola. This is onion. We have garlic and ginger. This is sweet potato tops, and I am careful to choose the tender part of the sweet potatoes. As you can see, these are the young leaves, the very top of the potato vine, and they are tender. I love the flavor. Hate to say that I really prefer this than spinach. I do like spinach, but if I have this, I would prefer to have this. So one of the main ingredients that I will be using here is moringa. This is my vitamin here, and this would really improve the nutrient and nutritious value of this soup. I'm making a soup. One thing I'm not showing here again is rice. This would be something like what I grew up with, which we call lugaw. So here are the rest of the ingredients, which as usual I tend to forget things lately, but if you bear with me and I get my bearings and all of my strength and memory back, I won't be forgetting too much. But here I have, to make this soup, I'm gonna need a cup of rice. This is jasmine rice. I prepare this because of the aromatic, the aroma of this rice is so good for soup. And we're gonna use some oil to saute the ingredients. And I'm gonna be using some broth. I don't have my own homemade broth, and I probably would need more than this. Okay, garlic. Okay, garlic is starting to turn golden brown. I'll add the ginger. You want to saute the ginger with the garlic very well until they're golden brown, so that the raw flavor of ginger is gone before you put the rest of the ingredients. Okay, now we add the onions. We're going to saute the onion until it's translucent. When it comes to making this soup, sauteing your aromatics very well is really important to develop that flavor. So as you can see that the garlic and the ginger are golden brown. Now the onion must be nice and translucent. Then we'll add the chicken. The chicken are cut up nice as small pieces, and I seasoned it with a little bit of seasoned salt. You could just simply add salt and pepper or adobo, whatever is your favorite seasoning. That's just so that the meat will have its own seasoning in it before you put it with the rest of the aromatics. Okay, now I'm not doing this for my cooking channel. I'm doing this here in my gardening channel because I did make a promise that I will share some recipe. And for those who don't know, my cooking channel yet, I am presenting this and then let them know that I do have a cooking channel, and this is a promise to my subscribers and viewers that I will be sharing my recipe for this time in my health situation where I'm trying to recover strength and helping my body to heal. And this is one of my recipes that I know is helping me because I could feel the change in my strength and energy. It really helps me out a lot. And for those who cares or would like to try, let me advise you that if there's some ingredients here which you really don't care for, feel free to eliminate it. Like I said before, my recipe is not carved in stones. You can change it, tweak it according to your liking. If I use a little too much oil, put less according to your liking. If I didn't put enough salt, add more according to your taste. I mean, that's what cooking is all about to me. It's fun. It helps my creativity. Okay, I can't pronounce it. I'm being creative here. So just feel free to have fun with your recipe. This is something I just made up myself. This is not a recipe that I have seen anywhere. If there is, I'm not trying to copy your recipe, and I thank you for putting it there to share to others who would be interested in doing the same thing. So now I add my chicken to my aromatics. I'm going to allow this to saute, brown the chicken, and absorb the flavor of this aromatics that I have here. And actually I'm not cooking by myself. My husband is on a standby because when I start feeling very tired, he takes over. So let's give the chicken a chance to brown. Okay? I'm going to put a lid on this. Okay, so we're going to add the rice. I have a cup of rice here. And we're going to add some of the broth. Okay. We're going to let this come to a full boil. Then we'll add the rest of the broth. And then the ingredients that are remaining would be the vegetables. Yes, I believe one of the names they call this kind of soup, where it's got rice and meat and other stuff, is congee. If I'm not mistaken, some people call this type of soup congee. So there we have it. Congee. In Puerto Rico they call this supong, and in the Philippines they call this, growing up I used to call this lugaw or goto. Okay, so there you go. I gave you a little bit of the history of my rice soup. Okay, so we're gonna bring that to a full boil. Okay, as you can see, it's drying up, and the rice and the meat absorb the first broth that I put in here. Now I'm going to pour the next one, and most likely I will add some water because this might not be enough. I mean, you could just keep putting water if you want to. It's just that broth really adds on to the flavor and really enhance your soup. So whenever possible, I use broth. And I'm gonna add about 2 cups of water in here because as you can see, the rice is not completely, I mean, it's cooked according to the way a rice should be cooked when it's on a regular recipe. But I'm making soup and I would like my rice to be very, very, very tender. Okay, so as you can see, my soup is thickening, and I was gonna add, I already added 2 cups of water in here like I said I would, and realize, as you can see, 1 cup of rice is expanding and is thickening, for which I like it thick, but at this point I think I would like to add some more liquid into it. And when I look in the pantry, guess what I found? I thought we were out of this broth. Oops, sorry. But actually, there it is. Here, I have to add, let me make sure, I forgot to shake it. Make sure I get the bottom part of that there. So okay, I think that would be sufficient. Now maybe we'll see if I need to add some more later. Okay, now let me tell you, when it comes to this kind of soup, that gourmet look will be missing. But I promise you, it might not look gourmet, but what I am after is the nutritional value, and I know for sure and for certain that it's there. When it comes to nutritional value, I will have all of it, because as you know, moringa, which is also called the miracle tree or miracle plant, contains all the vitamins you could ever wish for in one plant. Not all plants have that ability to provide you with the nutrition, all the vitamins that you could think of. And you could keep that in mind when you're cooking this in this type of soup, then you will not worry so much that it won't look like any gourmet cooking. And actually, the truth is, as you know, I have a cooking channel, and you would see some that are kind of gourmet looking in there, and most of those I cook for my husband and my children and some friends' request. I do have my own special diet that I follow for myself, and this is one of them. This here is the sweet potato leaves, the top part of it, which is the tender part. As you can see, that's the very tender part of sweet potato leaves, and very, very nutritious. I encourage you to do your research so you could see how nutritious it is. I'm also adding the as you can see, the loofah. Okay, he's gonna need a couple of more minutes to make sure that all the vegetables are tender. Now what I'm going to try this for is the seasoning. Okay. Wow. Now, as you know, moringa have that slight bitterness to it, which I like. It's a very pleasant bitterness and a vegetable, but the loofah or patola have the sweetness to it. So those two collided and it kind of balanced out the flavor. So the flavor is perfect as it is. It's balanced out with the sweetness and bitterness of both vegetables. And I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. I'm just going to tweak a little bit of salt into it. It should make it perfectly seasoned, and the flavor well balanced. So that is perfect. Okay, so there you have it. This is the kind of diet that I stick by right now. For now, every now and then I do indulge in some gourmet cooking. It's really a very nutritious meal, and it really is good as well. It's very good, very nutritious. So thank you for watching. This is Cultivating Organic by Jo and Meg. Please don't forget to subscribe. I really am hungry. It's 1:15.